There are moments when the internet suddenly fixates on something so intensely that it feels like everyone is watching the same thing unfold in real time. And over the past few weeks, the Wicked cast has become the center of exactly that. An explosion of concern, speculation, memes, and unexpected twists that no one saw coming. It wasn't just fans casually talking either. The conversations grew louder, stranger, and more emotional. And then something happened with a single photo that made everything even more confusing. From Ariana trying to shut down rumors, to Cynthia getting dragged through meme culture, to YouTube itself flagging an image in a way that shocked literally everyone. This story has layered itself into a full-on internet mystery. And somehow, new clips and comments still appear every day, only adding more fuel to the fire. Section 1. The sudden shift. No one could ignore it started with something small. People simply comparing how the Wicked cast looked before filming versus how they look now. But the conversation didn't stay harmless for long. What began as curious observation quickly turned into waves of worried comments across TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, and X. Fans felt something was off, even if they couldn't quite explain why. People weren't just mentioning changes, they were expressing full concern over Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, and Michelle Yeoh. Some viewers said they seemed more fragile. Others suggested stress or exhaustion. And once a few posts went viral, the floodgates opened. Suddenly, entire accounts were dedicated to screenshots, side-by-sides, and breakdowns of interviews, red carpets, behind-the-scenes clips, everything. No one expected it to blow up. And yet, within days, the cast became the internet's newest obsession. But it wasn't until Ariana herself stepped in that people realized this wasn't going away anytime soon. But that was only the surface. Because what Ariana did next sparked a whole new reaction. Section 2. Ariana attempts to silence the noise. When the conversations about her appearance kept growing, Ariana decided she wasn't staying silent. Instead of writing a long post or speaking out in a new interview, she did something more subtle but arguably more powerful. She reposted an old interview clip from last year, one where she and Cynthia were asked about body comments. In that video, Ariana says clearly that people shouldn't comment on anyone's body, no matter their intention. She wasn't harsh, but she was firm. And since she chose that clip on that day, it was obvious what message she wanted to send. Fans immediately took it as her way of shutting down the spiraling conversation. People praised her for reminding the internet to mind their own business. But others insisted she was avoiding the real questions, which only fueled more speculation. What she probably didn't expect was that this attempt to calm the situation would accidentally make things far more dramatic. Because within hours, something happened that no one saw coming. And that leads to the moment everything flipped. Section 3. The image that YouTube flagged. Here's where things take a strange turn. A creator posted a standard video about the Wicked cast. Nothing unusual, just commentary, the same type of content millions of people upload every day. As usual, she pulled a few recent photos from Ariana's Instagram. Nothing inappropriate, nothing shocking, just normal shots. But after the video went live, YouTube slapped it with an age restriction. Not because of the language, not because of the topics, not because of anything said in the video. The reason was a single image. One photo of Ariana triggered YouTube's automated system, which interpreted it under the platform's sensitive self-harm guidelines. They even added a hotline message below the video. That moment went viral on its own, not because of Ariana, but because of what it implied. People started connecting it to the very conversation Ariana had been trying to silence. Some said the system obviously picked up on something concerning. Others argued that it was just an algorithm mistake that happened at the worst possible time. But the coincidence was impossible to ignore. The creator removed the image, and the restriction vanished instantly. Yet the damage was already done. The timing, the topic, the automated detection, it all became new fuel for speculation. And just when the internet tried to catch its breath, another controversy sparked. Section 4. Cynthia Erivo becomes a meme. While Ariana was dealing with endless commentary, Cynthia Erivo suddenly turned into a meme. Everywhere. Clips from interviews, stage events, and red carpets started getting edited, exaggerated, and twisted into comedic skits. Some of them were harmless and even funny, but others weren't. A lot of the memes portrayed Cynthia in ways that felt dehumanizing or villainizing. Some fans said the jokes carried undertones, ones that made them uncomfortable. They pointed out how often Black women get exaggerated or masculinized in meme culture, and how some creators were leaning into stereotypes for laughs. What made everything louder was Ariana's reaction. She didn't make a statement. She didn't post a message. She simply liked a post criticizing the memes for being offensive. That like was enough to get thousands of fans talking. And then SCA stepped in. She commented directly, calling the memes classic misogynoir and saying she couldn't believe people were doing this so openly. Her comment poured gasoline on an already erupting fire. Cynthia hadn't said anything publicly, but suddenly she was at the center of a social media conversation bigger than the movie itself. But what really kept the story alive wasn't the memes. It was something far more complicated. Section 5. Fans can't stop analyzing Ariana and Cynthia's dynamic. As the press tour continued, people started noticing how Ariana and Cynthia interacted. And the internet didn't just observe, they analyzed everything. Every touch, every glance, every emotional moment was clipped, replayed, slowed down, and dissected. Some viewers said their energy felt unusually intense. Others described their connection as deeply emotional. A few insisted it was simply two close friends supporting each other. But then speculation started. Rumors began circulating online that their bond might be more than just friendship. Fans posted comments like, "Is anyone else noticing this? Why do they act like that around each other?" It seems like something is going on behind the scenes. None of it was confirmed, of course. Most of it was fan theories and TikTok speculation. But because the clips were everywhere, the whispers kept spreading. People compared their body language, the way they leaned into each other, the emotional reactions they shared, and the subtle gestures that seemed unusually intimate. The more videos people saw, the more confident they became in their theories, even though none of it was based on actual evidence. And the conversation didn't slow down until Ariana finally addressed it herself. Section 6. Ariana speaks on their closeness. Ariana appeared on Amy Poehler's podcast, and she didn't wait to be asked. She brought up the topic herself. She explained that she tends to channel energy and comfort through touch. She holds hands, squeezes fingers, reaches for people as a grounding technique. She said it's something she does with many people, not just Cynthia. Then she talked about the moment that went viral, the one where she grabbed Cynthia's pinky. Ariana described it as instinctive, a small gesture to support her friend during an overwhelming moment. She also mentioned that the time between filming and the press tour was long, and they had to work intentionally to maintain their connection despite busy schedules. Staying close, she said, was important to them because they wanted to honor the project and take care of each other emotionally. It was honest, sweet, and heartfelt. But for many viewers, it raised even more questions. Not because she said anything controversial, but because the explanation itself made people even more curious about what the two had been through together. And that curiosity only led to more speculation. Section 7. A new headline every day. Ever since the film was released and the press tour began, the Wicked cast has become a magnet for constant attention. Every day there's something new. Another clip, another theory, another wave of comments. One day people focus on Ariana's appearance. The next day it's Cynthia's reactions. Then it's Michelle Yeoh's expressions in interviews. Then it's new memes, new screenshots, new speculations. The internet treats every moment as if it's part of a puzzle, and everyone wants to be the one who figures it out first. But the reality is much simpler and also much more complicated. Most of what people are reacting to is speculation, projection, and social media exaggeration. But every now and then, something strange happens, like the YouTube photo flag, that makes people pause and wonder if there really is more to the story. Whatever the truth is, the online conversation has taken on a life of its own. And even with Ariana speaking out, even with fans pushing back, even with Cynthia staying quiet, the curiosity hasn't faded. If anything, it's growing. The Wicked cast might not have expected their press tour to turn into a full-blown cultural moment, but that's what it has become. A mix of concern, fascination, rumors, misunderstandings, and viral content has turned every public appearance into new internet fuel. But for now, the Wicked cast remains one of the most talked about groups on the internet, whether they want to be or not. And the real question isn't what happened. It's why everyone is so desperate to understand it.